but it was a let's go down there with cash right now type of deal. I get a lot of interesting emails, and of course everybody's a Craigslist expert. So they're always sending me interesting listings, typically too good to be true deals, and saying that, oh, this is amazing, you should go buy this. And I'm like, it's a scam, you know, all that. I have one customer in particular who sends me many per week. Every now and then I get a hit off of him. So he sent me this anniversary Corvette on Craigslist that was local to us. I looked it up. The listing was actually a few months old. When I went on Craigslist and searched for it, because all of a sudden it disappeared, there was an identical posting that morning, an hour before he sent me the old one. So I'm like, that's kind of weird. So I called the lady. Sure enough, she picked up the phone. Yes, the car's actually real. I have the car, I want to sell it. But that's where the complications started. And she starts talking and telling me this whole backstory of why the car's for sale. Her brother had died a couple years ago, and she had just come to grips with being able to sell the car, and it just got more complicated from there. And the price was indeed, I won't say too good to be true, but it was a let's go down there with cash right now type of deal. So of course the alarm bells always go up when that's the case. But not only that, she just starts telling me all this backstory that I don't need to know. Oh, by the way, the title's in my sister's name. Is that okay? I'm like, I really don't care. As long as she's there to sign it off and has proper identification, then that's fine. Oh, by the way, can you give me cash? Because, you know, we've had some tax issues with our business and this and that. I'm like, just stop talking. I'm like, yes, I can pay you cash. I'm buying a car from you. It's a legitimate transaction, but don't, just stop this. I couldn't get there right away because I had to pick a customer up from the airport. So I'm just asking her, hey, please don't sell the car to somebody else. I will come down this afternoon with cash, but I can't leave now. I can't strand this guy at the airport who came in to buy a slant-nose turbo Porsche. She goes, well, there's this other dealer that's calling and they're offering me $1,000 less, but you know, I don't necessarily want to take that, but they're bothering me. And I said, no, I'll give you the full amount. Just hang on for me. And I'd finally get her off the phone, and then half an hour later, she called me again. And just every conversation, the deal got weirder and weirder. I heard a story actually in Ohio, somebody posting a job on Craigslist on their farm. And when people would go out to interview for the job, he had a rifle and he was sniping people, taking them out as they showed up. Buying cars off Craigslist or buying things off Craigslist can be hazardous to your health. I went back to the shop, got my trailer, went home, got my gun, and I called a friend of mine. So I said, hey, how far are you from Kent? He goes, oh, I'm 5 minutes. I'm like, great, stay there. I need you to follow me because I'm gonna go up to this address, and if anything's off, I need somebody else to be there. So I pull down the address and look in, the garage is open. Sure enough, there's a 2003 anniversary Corvette convertible in there. And I'm like, well, the car's real. Totally legit. The car's there. Her sister shows up with the title. I had called the title bureau, ran the title number, confirmed everything was on the up and all that. But the adventure had just gotten started. We go to the local PNC bank, which was not my usual branch, not necessarily the best municipality in Ohio. So we go to the bank, and I go in and I go up to the counter and I said, hi, I'd like $31,000 in cash. And the lady there was a little bit off put, but okay, let's see what we can do. So I had done a wire transfer in earlier that day for this purchase. Well, the bank who had sent the wire transfer was taking their sweet time, hadn't put it in, so the money wasn't there yet. So that held them up for a while. And after making phone calls, it still wasn't there. I said, forget this, I'm just gonna do a direct transfer from my personal account. which I just did on my phone. So I went back up to the counter. I said, hey, I just did the transfer. The money's there. So they go to the back office, hushed conversations, guys on the phone. And I'm, sitting in the lobby with this lady. So it's, a little bit uncomfortable. And after, 20 minutes or so, they come out and, we're on the phone with our loss prevention something or other specialist. And I said, why? It's my money. Oh, I know, but we just have to make sure we're protecting everybody. And I'm like, but it's my money. Just give me my money. I know you're a bank and you have to protect your interests, but let me take this risk. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing. After a while, they just said, hey, we can't give you the cash for whatever reason. And I said, okay, well, how about a cashier's check? That's perfectly fine. It's the same. The lady was agreeable to that. Well, we can't issue a cashier's check unless we have enough cash in the branch to back it. I'm like, that's a new one. I haven't heard this one before, but the lady finally comes out and she goes, Mr. Tabbitt, I think your Twinsburg branch can better assist you. And I'm like, are you telling me no, or what is it? I think your Twinsburg branch can better assist you. I'm like, okay, I'm getting kicked out of this bank. Awesome. On the way out, they hand me this flyer that is all about like money laundering and drug trafficking and how to know if you're involved in all this. And I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious right now? And she had even brought in the title to the vehicle and all that. So it was like, there shouldn't be any suspicion, but because it was Ravenna, Ohio, this was not a normal thing for them. Of course, I'm super embarrassed because I'm trying to buy this car and, not able to get my money to do it. So I apologized. I said, hey, I'll be back in an hour. I'm going to run up to my usual PNC branch and get this thing taken care of. And of course, they close at 4, so we're on the clock now. And I've got my trailer in tow still. So I call Twinsburg and say, hey, I'm on my way. I need cash. So I boogie up there and they have it all ready and counted out, And so I walk in and they go, so how would you like it? You want a briefcase or, it became this big joke there. So they counted out the cash and thankfully I still had my piece on me. So I wasn't too worried about carrying around a whole bunch of cash. I went back, I loaded the Corvette onto my trailer and got it back to my warehouse. And it's funny because I unload it, I put it in my warehouse, and I just stand there and look at it. And this ordeal started at 9 that morning when I had gotten the email. And it was probably 6 o'clock by the time I got it in my warehouse. And I'm just standing there and I'm like, I never actually thought this car existed, let alone that I got it back. And I'm just kind of reveling in the fact that I'm like, the car is real and it's in my warehouse. Every now and then a deal that's too good to be true isn't. But the only problem with that is the hope of that is what keeps people getting scammed over and over again, because everybody's looking for that deal. The problem is they're not always as easy as they seem. I think I sold it for 36, and I actually sold it to a retired local police chief, as cherry gets. Kind of the neatest part of the deal for me is she had a set of really nice HRE wheels on it, but she had the magnesium wheels in the basement. And of course, on a 1,200 mile anniversary Corvette, HRE wheels don't add any value. They actually detract it. I put the magnesium wheels on the car, kept the HRE wheels, and now I have a spare set of HREs for my Vette.
Are you looking to buy your dream car? Premier Financial Services offers the flexibility of financing with the tax benefits of leasing. The PFS Simple Lease offers quick approvals and easy termination when you are ready for the next car. Visit our website and follow us for more.